But the big story around that game is that it's Arteta's supposedly last on the bench alongside Pep Guardiola before making that move to Arsenal. Gab, what's the latest?
Well, our colleague Julian Lawrence reporting today that he has agreed a deal in principle with Arsenal. So it seems like it's just a question of crossing the T's and dotting the I's. Evidently, Manchester City have also reached an agreement to let him go at this stage. Otherwise, they probably wouldn't be too happy to have him sit there on the bench. And I would assume, certainly by what's being reported here, that we're going to have an announcement ahead of the weekend, possibly as early as tomorrow afternoon or Friday.
Frank, do you like this appointment?
Well, yeah, I can agree with that. You know, it's a nice signing for Arsenal. The guy loved the house. He was a captain of the Gunners, so he knows it very well, and we'll fight hard to make sure that it goes better for the Gunners. I'm pretty surprised that I have to admit that Mr. Guardiola let him go to a big rival, and especially in the middle of the season. But I think it's a good idea to bring a former Arsenal top player. I would have thought that Vieira would have been picked because I think he has a better experience as a coach, as a top coach. But I really think Mikel Arteta will do the job. I wish him the best.
Well, I think this is quite an exciting approach from Arsenal. It's exciting on many factors, but one, because it's an unknown. Clearly, he's not going to go in there and turn this ship around straight away. It's a much, much bigger job than that. But he's just worked with some of the greatest players in world football and arguably one of the greatest coaches in world football. And that's been a great learning curve from him. So, from that point of view, he takes that fantastic experience into Arsenal, which doesn't give it any guarantees, but at least gives him a base of what he knows he needs in terms of the quality. So it's about backing him now. I think it's a long-term plan. And I think Arsenal fans will be quite pleased with it. I think it's a good appointment, but it is, because of where he's been and because he's no managerial experience, it's a bit of an unknown.
Shaka, you thought Unai Emery was going to be a big success.
I did.
So what do we want to hear from you about Arteta?
Well, listen, for obvious reasons, the jury's still out because this is his first managerial job, and as much as he may have learned under Pep Guardiola, it's very different when you're the man in charge and you have to get those messages across. All that being said, it then comes down to how the Arsenal board back him and support him in what he's trying to do. This board has left me, even as a neutral, wanting in terms of their approach and backing managers. So we see how they support Arteta in going forward. Otherwise, it's just all in vain.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.